Alright, so today I'm doing a draining the differential fluid and putting this back in. I the I guess most C5s have a problem with I guess it's called leaky butt. I saw that term on the forums, and some guys were saying to just do a Google check or search for leaky butt for common problems with C5s. And so I bought some red line. I bought all this stuff off Amazon, along with the pump, gaskets. I just bought a bunch. I didn't know which one it needed. I know that I believe they're copper, but I didn't know what size. And so I searched like gear oil gasket, drain gasket, oil drain gasket. Searched all these different things. Couldn't find anything on what size. So I assume it's just the same size as the oil drain plug, which I no longer have the stock one. Mine's a lot easier. I just pull a tab and turn it, and then it starts draining out, and then I push the tab and turn it back to close it. Alright, and so rear differential's going to be in the back of the C5. Alright, so there's your differential. It's just behind there's the exhaust, there's a little cover, and then it's the differentials just above the frame. There's your sway bar. Okay, I have the Allen wrench. That's the fill plug, and the drain plug is going to be, I'd say you could split your car in the middle, and it's going to be right there. Basically dead center of your vehicle. And so I'm going to go ahead and open the fill first, and then the drain, so it just oozes right out. Now it's 75W90, and the way I put it on ramps was drove it up on the front ones first, came up from the back, make sure the front tires are secure and they're not moving anywhere, came to the back, jacked up the rear just from right here, put the jack right here, and then jacked it up and put these ones here, and then I went ahead and grabbed my jack stands. And as you can see, mine's really dirty. Differential has, I want to say it's been leaking for a while. I knew something was leaking, I just didn't know exactly what and in which vehicle, whether it was my truck or this car. My truck doesn't leak. I want to say maybe a little bit of oil here and there, but this one is pretty gross, and I'm going to clean it up with brake cleaner after I go ahead and drain it. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen these up. Probably put something on this to give me some leverage to crank down on it, because I already tried to loosen it, and I can't put it the other way because then this won't reach with my hand on it. So I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to grab like a wrench, put the circular end on one, and then crank down for some leverage. And then I'm going to check what kind of gasket's on it while I'm at it, see if any of the ones fit that I have, and if not, then I'm going to reuse the excuse me, I'm going to reuse the original gasket, and I'm going to put some thread locker on it, the blue kind, not the red, as kind of a gasket. So hopefully the ones I bought work. I only paid about $8 for all 3 of those. But I'll be right back. I'm gonna go ahead and undo these, and then oh, and these are held in by about 20 foot-pounds of torque. I found that on, if you go to the forum. I also watch, I'm subscribed to Froggy, and Froggy does a lot of his own maintenance on his vehicles. And so I shall be right back. I'll pick it up in a bit. Alright, so I got it loose, and when I said I was going to go get something, I grabbed one of these, just a wrench to try and put it on here, and then give me some leverage, and then you push down like that. Now this actually didn't work, so I grabbed an adjustable wrench. I just put the end with the socket on it. The socket obviously doesn't fit it, it's too big, but once it's on it, you can just tilt it down like this, like I did, and then you just push outward with this, or push, I guess, towards the passenger side of the vehicle with this, with the way I had it. And the other way would be to tighten it. Now, the issue I'm going to come to is applying the 20 pounds of foot, 20 pound feet or foot pound, yeah, pound feet, whatever, of torque on it. And that's because they do make bits that go right into the sockets. Now I don't have any of those, I don't think, so I'm gonna have to tighten it by hand. And I'll go ahead and I'll probably pick it up later, the piece, like tomorrow or something. Just the one piece. It's 10 millimeter, by the way. So they're 10 millimeter Allen wrenches that go in there. And something else about the fluid is, since I bought the red line, I didn't have to buy the additive for limited slip. It's already in here. And you don't have to buy this one. There's more affordable ones that you can get, and will perform, I'm not going to say just as well, but they meet the GM standards. Amsoil, Mobile One, Royal Purple makes some, Valvoline. All of those I want to say are cheaper, except for maybe the Amsoil and the Royal Purple, because once you get up there, you're looking at quality. Amsoil being, I want to say, the top oil quality of oil out there. Mobile One being, I want to say, the worst. Valvoline being pretty high up there. When I do oil changes, I used to use Mobile One because that's what it says to use. But I switched to Valvoline once I found out that it was higher quality. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and loosen that up, and then I'll go ahead and undo the drain, and I'll have it start draining. Alright, so I got it off. And it's draining. Differential only holds about a little less than 2 quarts of differential oil, fluid, gear oil, whatever you want to call it. And so, another thing about taking the top off first, or the fill plug, is it helps it flow out quicker and more steady. Alright, it looks like it's about done. Before I did this, I didn't drive it anywhere. I just backed it up and then moved it forward. So some people say drive it a little bit to heat up so it comes out easier. but I mean, it actually just it just like gushed right out. So it works either way, I'd say. I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit. My drain plug fell in the oil, but I'll get that out in a sec. I'm gonna go ahead and grab these, see if any of these fit. Now this is the fill plug. This was on it, as well as this, and this was all caked up and dirty. It says limited slip lube only. So, like I said earlier, don't need the limited slip additive because this already contains it. And it looks like none of these are gonna fit, but I'm gonna go ahead and open one of these up and then we'll try it and see. This one right here might. Nope. All right. Well, none of these fit, and that means none of the other ones will fit. If you look at this one, the one that came on it, it's still in pretty good shape, so I'm just gonna put it back on and reuse it. This was actually on it like so. So if this were on the car, it would have been this. Just like that. On the car like that, exposing the limited slip loop only. If it were clean, mine was dirty and you couldn't really tell there was something on it until I started scraping that stuff off. And so it's still dripping out little by little. I'm just gonna wait, let it go for a little bit longer, and then I'll find the drain plug and then put it back, tighten it, and I'll probably go pick up the piece that I need to torque it, which is just the Allen, I guess, socket that goes on to the sockets, or bit, the bit that goes onto the socket, which then allows you to tighten it up, loosen it up using the socket wrench. And I just put a paper towel next to it to catch the oil when I moved my hands, and that's exactly what it did. I'm wearing gloves just to keep my hands kind of clean. If you try not to get dirty, I mean, you might get a little bit dirty, but it doesn't. Stuff just washes right off. But I was gonna try and put this there to control the flow of the drain, or to give it a nice path to take to go into the container. But you don't need it because it just goes straight down. Sometimes it'll like a stream will come out, it'll slow down, and a stream will come out. But that's only if you don't take the top plug out. So, all right, it looks like it's done. I'm gonna go ahead and find the plug, the drain plug in the oil, and then to put this back in, I'll go ahead and pick it up from there, and you can see me pumping it back in with this, placing this with the hose going into the fill, and then I'll be filling it up. All right, so I went ahead and cleaned up both of these. I just took a piece of paper towel and just wiped them off. Everything came off pretty easily, and I'm making sure that I put the gasket on the same way it was, and you can tell that by there's going to be an indentation on it from where it was pressed up against the plug hole itself, the plug hole. And it's this side really doesn't have anything. That lets you know that that's where it was. Alright, and here's my differential oil. Excuse me. Now it is black. It looks like motor oil. Looks like what came out of my truck when I did the oil change on it when I first bought it. The truck had 153,000 miles when I bought it, and it was jet black. That's what color that looks. Now this one, I'll go ahead and you can see that's the color it is when it's new. So I'm gonna go ahead and start filling this up. There's that. So I'm gonna move this to the side a little so I can get to it. I went ahead and put the other drain plug on, or I put the drain plug on. And we'll go ahead and move this over. Okay, I think I'm gonna need 2 hands for this, but we'll see what I can do. So then you place the tube in. And the correct fill amount is once you see it start to come out of the fill. So you're going to want a paper towel for when that happens to clean it up. Alright. So as you can see, it just starts going in. Now I'm going to cut the video right here so I can go ahead and use both hands for this so I don't make a mess. Alright, and I'll pick it up once I'm done with that. Alright, so I filled it back up, and I actually used all of the 2 quarts. There's probably just a little bit left that the pump couldn't get. And so now I'm going to go ahead and put this back on. If you don't want this limited slip thing on there, I guess you can take that off. I don't think it's really necessary at this point, since you should already know that whether it needs it or not. And so instead of running out to go pick up the part, I'm just going to use a hex bit, since I have one of those. Okay, I'm going to just tighten it a little bit with this. That's exactly how it was when I pulled it off. And I'm going to grab the bit, come back here, and then grab the torque wrench as well, and then finish tightening them up. And then I'll go ahead and show you what I'm going to spray down with the brake cleaner. Alright, so I have the torque wrench. It's set to 20. Now I know I watched Froggy's video a few times just to go over everything that I'm doing, and I think he says to do 23, so I'll probably do the 23. But different sites you go to will say different things. Now 1, 2, 3, right there. Alright, and this is from Harbor Freight. It's Pittsburgh. Alright, so right here is 25. Right there is 20. The line lets you know what you're at. So I'm at 3, so I'm at 23. If I were to go up a little more, I'd go 24, and then 25 would hit right there. And then I'd work my way back up to 30. But I'm doing 23. And the T55 torque bit or socket works. Fits right in there. Fits right in there. I'm gonna go ahead and sit this down and point it up. And when you hear the click, that's when you're good. Alright, there we go. That was the click. I'm going to go ahead and do this other one. Should be about right there. Okay. And there we go. All tightened up. 23 foot-pounds of torque. And I couldn't find the brake cleaner that my brother said he had in his 350, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use gunk. Now I have a lot of this stuff over here. It's just nasty, so I'm gonna clean it up some. I'm gonna grab like a cardboard, big cardboard to set under here to so the stuff that drips off can just drip onto the piece of cardboard, and I can just toss the cardboard. Alright, well that was it. That was the differential fluid change. Oops, sorry about that. Oh shit, this video is upside down. Oh well, didn't take too long. It's just a matter of having everything. Isn't too expensive either. Say if you didn't have any of these tools, you could easily go pick everything up from Harbor Freight, or you could rent the tools, because I know that Advance and AutoZone, places like that, they actually rent tools out. And so I want to say I spent maybe like 30 bucks on this stuff, but you can actually get it a lot cheaper. You can get the mobile one for I think like $8, and then you can just get a pump, or you can just, if you have a pump for like soap or something, you can use that and just buy this piece to feed right in there. And if you don't have the Allen wrench, you can use a T55. I use just about all of this, and I'm going to go ahead and jack up the rear, get the jack stands out, take the what's it called, the ramps out, drop the back, and then I'll drop the front. Alright, and I'll put links to everything where you can, oh darn it, I'm used to the camera being on the other side. I'll put links to everything, pump, gear oil, forums, links to Mark's page, so if anybody wants anything for their C5 or Z06, they can find stuff on there. Anything from how to wire up LEDs in the interior, like on the dash, and to exhaust work, differential work, and everything's like step by step, and pictures and everything. So it's pretty easy to follow. again, thanks for watching. Thumbs up if you like this. If you didn't, there's a thumbs down for that. Thanks for watching, and an oil change should be coming up sometime. Probably like another 1,000 miles, and that'll probably be my next video. After my truck, I'm gonna replace everything on the front. I'm gonna replace the bearings, ball joints, tie rod ends, the end links, and then I need to replace the front brakes on this. Alright, well, thanks for watching again, and until next time.